Welcome to the Freewoman podcast, a space for all women who are ready to break free of the inauthentic life. Remember to like and subscribe for more Free Woman in your feed.
Inhale, exhale. You've arrived. Now let's laugh. Hello, welcome to our podcast.
Hi. For a change of pace, we are not sick.
Wow, yeah, whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's a miracle. Finally feeling better. I mean, my legs still feel a little weak, but
I know, I'm like, can I trust it? Can I trust it? Okay.
yeah,
Dance while the sun shines.
I had some energy over the weekend. Like I actually wanted to do things.
Yeah.
So to me, that feels like a sign
This
I'm
last
finally
week,
healing.
we did things besides being sick.
Yeah,
So
we
that's great.
cleaned, we organized, cooked some good food.
Well, when you come out of like your plague period.
Yeah.
And your eyes your crusty eyes crack open and you peer around your house. And you see what has descended while you have been sick.
Especially if you have kids and teenagers. And
Just
it's
the piles of crap and
I
the
know.
dust and
I'm
the,
like, with the kids, I'm like, do you want to be
laundry.
disgusting? Like,
Yeah.
do you see your bathroom? Do you smell your bathroom?
Well, it makes me wonder. I'm like, was I like that as a kid? I mean,
I mean,
I guess.
I guess I was too, but
I'm like, when do you develop a desire for cleanliness?
I mean,
When does that come in?
I always liked to shower at least, but for some reason my kids don't. I have to push them to do that one. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I was like overly vigorous, but for sure, I wanted to smell good and be attractive to the opposite sex. So
yeah. Yeah.
basic hygiene, I think, was a thing. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just we have forgotten, and then the kids are doing what they're doing, and it's triggering, it's frustrating.
I know. I'm like, is
and
it trendy now to just be
slobs?
slobs? Maybe. Maybe they're just depressed.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not a screen, so why would they do it? If they could have their phones in the shower, maybe they would do it more.
Oh, that's true. We should find a way to make that work. So they actually
If there was
shower.
a TV in there, maybe.
Maybe.
Video games.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's a mystery.
So we got some stuff done this week. I think we both felt good to be coming out of
Oh, yeah,
death energy.
January was rough. That was a blur.
I know. Thank God for prescription medications.
Yeah, thank God for modern medicine. Like now I know why people died. Like
Yeah.
that was intense, but
It wasn't good. Wasn't, and we came out of it just in time to celebrate Valentines.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Everyone's favorite holiday.
you either hear Valentine's Day and you want to throw up or punch somebody and say, I hate Valentine's. Or you're like, oh, I love it. I love Valentine's.
Yeah,
I think I'm just neutral. I mean, I like it. I don't have
it does seem to
anything-
be a holiday that brings a lot of strong emotions out in people.
It does.
I think it really highlights where our expectations are or where our expectations have been let down
Yeah,
when
like
it comes to romance.
all the disappointments you've
betrayals.
yeah, and then Valentine's, celebrating love, and you're like, fuck that.
The realization that it's all a lie.
Yeah.
It was just an illusion.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I remember having Valentine's at school and in elementary school. Sometimes a boy would give me something and it'd be such a surprise that he had a crush on me. It was usually the kid that was, really like ate his dandruff and
Ew.
it's really unappealing.
You're like, oh no, actually just keep
But
that
then,
card, please.
he'd get me something at like a dollar store.
Aw.
Like
I don't know.
some kind of jewelry.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I ever got any gifts really from any boys in elementary, but I got a few things from some friends. But I what I loved about Valentine's Day in elementary is we made our like Valentine boxes. Well, we used to make giant like
Yeah,
envelopes
yeah.
to put the candy and the cards in, and
Yeah.
I loved
Well, you'd
it.
have like the cardboard box or tissue box or something that you'd convert, right?
Yeah, I loved creating it, but I'm also like a romantic and I love love. So it was always very exciting for me, like putting hearts on there and then making it look really cute.
I never did that.
You didn't?
No, we just had the pre-made ones from Walmart or something.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if we even wrote people's names on them. We just put them in their boxes.
Oh, like the cards. I'm talking about decorating my box.
Decorating the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
We did get pre-made
Valentine. I'm
cards.
like, you made handmade Valentines for all
Yes.
of your classmates? Like,
That's how much I love it.
wow, we might need to think about our friendship. I am learning things about you.
You might get a handmade Valentine. That's when you know you've arrived.
I was like, I have never gotten one from you, so I see where I'm at.
We've been pretty dead. We've been pretty exhausted.
Honestly, I don't even think about Valentines, really, except for when I go to the grocery store and I see all the stuff.
Yeah, all the
or
stuff
my
out.
kids, when they were young, they needed this stuff for school, and it was
Yeah,
just
exactly.
another thing I had to do.
Yeah,
It's just,
exactly.
But my first marriage was lacking in romance. So that wasn't really something I clung to or set an expectation for. It was like, well,
I think my ex would usually buy me like roses, and sometimes we'd go out to eat.
I think he might have gotten me flowers sometimes. I don't know.
But it wasn't a huge deal. I feel like just like with every holiday, it's becoming commercialized. So they're like they're trying to advertise like jewelry or even a car. Or
I think I just learned with my ex-husband to really set my expectations low so that I wouldn't be disappointed. I mean,
I don't know if that's healthy, but yes, that helps.
and I don't know. I feel like there's so much unhappiness that comes because we create these expectations in our heads and the other person's not even aware of them. And then they don't meet those grandiose romantic expectations and you feel disappointed. And it's just like, well, maybe just save yourself the disappointment. I know. It's like I sound like Eeyore right now.
I was like, well,
I'm like, just don't hope.
Don't listen to her. Like me. Let's transition this. If you like Valentine's, it's okay. If you want a gift, let your partner know.
Yeah.
Like maybe hint towards what you like. But
well, you'd think that, if you're in a long-term relationship that there's been some kind of precedent set.
well, I would hope so. But I don't know. Some men are still pretty dumb. And even if they've been with someone for a long time, they're like, I don't know why she's upset.
Well, even my husband now, he wants to be sweet, but sometimes I'm like, you're missing the mark, honey.
On Valentine's Day?
No,
or
just in general. Yeah, he tried, but it's the effort that counts, right?
Yeah.
He tries.
I think when they think about you and they're trying, then that's so much better than having someone that doesn't notice
if I
you at
asked to do something on Valentine's, then he would.
Yeah. Oh no.
I just don't.
Yeah. Well,
because it's work for me too. It's like
Well, I guess Valentine's is like not as huge of a deal as like other holidays like Christmas or your birthday.
It's just another
anniversary, maybe
way to spend money, right?
It kind of feels that way now. I mean, I just like to get a card. I think it's fun still to do the cards. I think it's cute. Or
well, you like cards in general.
I do. I really like cards.
So Valentine's Day is like the holiday of cards. It's Hallmark's Christmas.
It is. It's perfect for me. I just like getting cards and maybe a chocolate.
But it's interesting because we've talked about this before with Christmas, how we have these holidays that are a part of our culture, but what do they even mean? Like, where did this stuff even come from? Supposedly it's about a Catholic saint. Mm-hmm. But we have Cupid shooting arrows at people.
Well, that's because it goes way back, just like all of our holidays.
And it's like, why do we even do the rituals that we do? Do we understand?
No, we don't.
And this whole idea of romance, I feel like when you use the word love, you almost have to clarify what you mean. I know other languages have just so many different variations of the word love. So you can have a word for, feeling love towards a child versus love towards a sister versus love towards your father versus
Yeah.
romantic love towards a partner. But we only have the one word.
The one word of love.
And so when we say love, it's like, well, what does that even mean?
Well,
It's a holiday of love.
I'm
But
like,
what does it even mean?
I don't even know. I'm like, I don't know. It means I like care about somebody. I want to give them a gift. I think of you. Here's a card.
You're like, why are we making this hard?
You mean something to me. Here's a piece of chocolate. Please enjoy that. I care.
Yeah. You know, when we say falling in love, though, what do we even mean by that? What does it mean to fall in love with someone or to feel that, like, that infatuation energy, right? That's its own kind of love.
Well, I guess I think it's maybe an attraction. Maybe that's what kind of first draws you into that person, an attraction. Then
A little special something.
a little
that's
special
hard to
something.
quite
You're like,
pinpoint.
ooh, like I'm kind of feeling some. I want to be around this person.
My body comes alive when you're near.
Yeah, can't stop thinking about them. I think also for me, it's feeling safe. Like when I feel completely safe, when I can be vulnerable and
I
raw
think
with
for
someone.
a lot of women, it's about feeling safe.
Yeah, and vice versa. I want that in return. And then, I don't know, like falling in love or being in love, I think it ultimately is, well, I just said feeling safe, trusting someone, and friendship. And then, I don't know, the heart just does this thing where it's like, oh my God, I just want you around. I love you.
Yeah, I was listening to a scientist who studied love and the brain, and she was discussing the fact that there was a lot of resistance to her research because people liked to believe that love was mystical, that there was something magical about love, that it couldn't be studied with data and science and put into
Well,
nice little categories.
I think we definitely have romanticized love, and if you're in love, that means everything is okay. And even if they do mistreat you, it's okay because you love each other.
Yeah, the idea of the soulmate or, you know, the reincarnated lovers who find each other in every life, or in, you know, Mormonism, Christianity, we had that belief that it was almost like a soul contract or something that you came to
Yeah, and then you're
be with this person
bound
and
to-
procreate.
yeah, and then you're bound together for eternity.
for eternity. So it's eternal love,
Yeah.
not just love in this life. And so it's really interesting, all of the different like ways we've mythologized
We have.
love and romance.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just
But what is it really, you know?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should discuss this before we started recording so I could have processed it. Because right now I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, now I need to like sit here and I need to think about it. It's going to be quiet for a minute as I process this.
Well, it's interesting to look at marriage and how marriage wasn't initially anything about love,
No, it
right?
was contracts. It was all about
Property.
and
And in a way,
business.
women became property because
they were.
of that, right?
Yeah, you were your husband's property or your father's property.
Okay, that's just disgusting.
I know, but that's really what it was. And you had no rights.
Okay, well, now we need to pause so I can process this. Wait a second. What? I knew this, but now I'm thinking about it. And
Yeah.
that's like an emotional one, right?
It is.
How many generations really have women not been linked to a property agreement through marriage? Not very long.
Not very long. I mean, when did that really
Even-
like start to change? Like,
Even poor people, you know,
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to make a good match for your family's well-being.
yep. Yeah, you know, you might need an extra cow, so you got to marry her off to someone who has
Well,
like an abundance of cows.
Maybe I've
and-
got the cow and they've got the dairy. Yeah. They make cheese, so this is a good arrangement.
It is a good arrangement. Yeah, it was very different than what it is now. Now we really focus on the love, like being in love and
Yeah, for most of the past few thousand years, it's been like you're lucky if you don't hate your spouse. if you can be agreeable, if you find each other friendly, if a friendship can grow, you know, then that was seen as success. But now such high expectations are put on love and relationships.
yeah.
And romantic relationships are supposed to be soulmates. They're supposed to be this otherworldly experience, this end all be all.
Well, it's just to me another fantasy, and
Yeah.
we're so unhappy. Like we're not really like loving ourselves, so we're trying to find that in someone else, and that can elevate us and make us feel that love high, I guess.
Yeah, there's this idea that being with someone will complete
Yeah,
you.
once you find that soulmate, everything will just work out. Everything will be better. But I don't think so. I think you're still going to be coming together with another human being that has their own trauma, their own problems, their own fears, and you're still going to have to help. Maybe not help, but you're just going to have to try to respect this person while they go through things.
Yeah.
And maybe they trigger you too, and then you have to like really focus on what's happening to you with with their like things that are causing you to be triggered.
Well, it's almost like we're pursuing other people because what we're really seeking is a wholeness within.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we chase this idea of this romantic myth, right?
Yeah.
This romantic fairy tale where we will find the one.
I mean,
And at last, the red carpet will be rolled out, and life will just be easy and joyful.
yeah, it's like finding your savior. Like
Yeah.
that really. I mean, I believed it. I mean,
and I did too because we were conditioned
we were conditioned, and
as young girls in the 90s.
And, you know, I've said this before, like watching Disney, that was like the main, like movies.
I read a lot
watched
of
and-
romance novels as a teenager too, though. And that was always the theme too. It's
Yeah.
like this
Wait
love.
for this love.
Yeah.
This
Came in
mm-hmm.
and like saved everyone. And it was this beautiful, magical thing.
And then not even without having to get to know who he is as a human being. You just are in love with him and everything's going to be perfect. And you're going to have your happily ever after.
Well, I think that part of the reason the love is so intense in the beginning, this infatuation, love energy, but we don't actually know each other yet.
Yeah.
And that's because what we're really infatuated with is the fairy tale that we are projecting onto the other person.
Yeah.
They don't exist as a separate person that farts and has obnoxious habits or
like
tells
bad
bad jokes.
habits or-
Like we don't have that
Yeah.
part yet. We just
Yeah.
have the illusion.
The thing that, like you just said, the illusion you're creating in your head, the story that you're starting to create in your head, they look a certain way and you're like, oh my God, he is my man. And he's just, you know, so funny. He's so hot.
And usually a lot of these illusions are based on childhood needs that were not met
Yeah.
and childhood wounds that are not healed. Like sometimes we try to rescue our partners because as a child we needed rescuing
Well,
and nobody came.
yeah, I felt that with once I got divorced from my ex, it came in pretty strong. I had realized that my inner child and his inner child, we lacked a lot of love from our families, like our childhood homes. And so we just like went to each other like glue and we're like, we love each other so much.
Yeah.
And that's what brought our relationship into, I guess, love and whatever it developed into because of our childhood trauma.
Well,
and how much we loved each other.
they've shown by studying the brain of people who are in love, in the new stages of love, and people who've just been dumped
Oh, yeah.
by someone that they thought they loved, right? And it is the same part of the brain is being activated as people with cocaine addictions.
I believe it. Yeah.
And so love activates the same part of our brain as an addiction, which is really interesting
I believe it.
because we are reluctant to call it that. We have it in this very fantasy mythology way that it's almost divine, right? The love is divine, the love is sacred. I mean, within Christian religions, they say that this marriage is for life and that it's the foundation of the family and it's the foundation of a successful society
Yeah.
is this romantic love and two people coming together.
Well, I think it's important to.
But it's just an addiction.
It is an addiction. Well, and it eventually fades.
It is,
Yeah. And so I think it's important to find a connection with a person just as a human being.
Yeah.
And like really
Well, and to not rush
into it.
because it does fade, but also maybe humans aren't meant, evolutionary, biologically speaking, to be with one partner for their entire life.
Well, we live a lot longer than we used to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you die at 30, it's like, meh.
yeah. I'm like being with one person for 60 years. I'm like, I don't know if.
Well, what are the chances that you both evolve and develop and grow in a way that complements each other? You know, that doesn't give people freedom to pursue their own path.
Yeah.
If they have to kind of dampen their journey to make sure it doesn't threaten the marriage.
Yeah, to me it feels more of like these couples that have been together for like a long time. I'm sure they have like love for each other, but it feels more like codependency to me.
Yeah, there's not very many elderly boomer generation people whose relationships I would look at now and say that is healthy love. That is what I want.
That's a healthy relationship.
Yeah, that's a healthy relationship.
I'm like, how do I not do that?
Yeah, they a lot of times are more like roommates. They just kind of are existing in the same house or not even in the same house, or there's a bitterness there and they just kind of poke at each other and nag each other, or yeah. They didn't believe in divorce though, so there they are.
Yeah.
50 years and going strong.
But I think we're seeing a lot of boomers get divorced in their older
your
years.
family is seeing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that were like, we are gonna, they are Christian and they believe in the eternal life, the eternal marriage, and they are getting divorced now. And I'm like, welcome.
Well, we used to celebrate, those people who hit the 50-year mark, and it's just like, wow, that is a successful marriage. And I was like, I don't know, 50 years miserable?
Yeah, what
Is that success?
Well, but they don't talk about that part.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
They try to, brush that under the rug. Let's just look at the good stuff. But I'm like, but you guys throw stuff at each other. I don't get it. Like,
yeah. Well, in studying the brain and the love hormones and attachment hormones that come when you bond with a person, it lasts for just about long enough on average to raise an infant out of its most fragile period.
really? Wow.
Because it's like, this is all just biology. And obviously we have a lot of feelings around it because it's probably our most intense biological drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? To
Yeah.
reproduce. And this is all wrapped up in it. But then we have just put all of this toxic shit on top of these drives to try to, it's like Christianity, right? They had to control sex. And then you have to control love, and you have to dictate who you're allowed to have sex with. And it's just, we've just kind of created a mess.
Well, I think it's been a mess for a long time.
It has. It was before the Christians, I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like the way the pagans celebrated it, and most people probably will say I'm weird and abnormal, but I was like, man, that sounds kind of fun. Like,
the pagan Valentine's Day?
Valentine's
the
Day.
Roman Valentine's Day.
Yeah, the Romans. Well, come on, let's just call it what it is.
Lupercalia?
Lupercalia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where they, the sacrificing animals might be a bit much. But, I think most of the times they ate the sacrifices.
Yeah, they did.
But they would sacrifice a goat for fertility, right?
Sometimes a few goats, because we want a lot lot of that fertility energy. That's what we're really channeling.
We want. See, it's
just bring it in.
It's all about sex. Like come on, like, and then they would sacrifice a dog for purification.
Well, if we hadn't been taught to hate the human body, isn't that what our rituals would be around?
Yeah.
Like the things that are our strongest biological drive that is hardwired into our brain right next to the urge to drink and eat.
We can't help it.
We think we would be creating parties for that.
Yeah, we want to have sex because we want to reproduce. It is there in all parts of us. So,
Yeah.
so I know we said it's like the Romans. It was like 600 AD, I believe. So, it's kind of on the verge of paganism to me.
Yeah, it's like that window between Roman paganism, and the early people that they slaughtered and took over in Italy, and Catholic Roman culture.
Yes. So before the Christians took over, they used to sacrifice a goat and a dog. Then they would take the hide of the goat and cut it into strips. The men would run around naked or with a cloth. And they'd go around and slap the women with.
Honestly, they should be naked because we should see what we're getting.
We
into.
should. Come on. I mean,
this should be part of it.
We all think this. After a few different partners, you're like, we need to know what's there.
It's true. Men don't have that same risk. They can kind of see what they're getting into with a woman.
Yeah.
But, women can be surprised.
Oh, we have. And we have. We're like, wait, what?
No, you should let us know. You
Yeah.
should let us know if this is going to be a micro penis situation. You should open with that.
It's the kind of thing to do, We don't need to be that surprised. So we don't hurt your feelings.
That's
we have a surprise look. But that's a whole nother. Okay, that's a whole nother tangent. Let's not go down that. Let's not go down that rabbit hole now.
Speaking of, with love, they've tried to distance it from sex, but it's obviously intertwined.
Yeah, it
because
is.
who you're feeling romantic drives towards is who you're going to reproduce with.
Yeah.
And so they are intertwined.
Yeah, well, that's another thing the Christians have really tried
and
to
this idea
muddle
that you don't need to be attracted or that it doesn't matter that much is a bunch of bullshit.
It is. They just go together.
You need to have chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have fun. You gotta feel good. You gotta enjoy.
Why do we take all the fun out of everything?
Yeah, come
maybe
on.
we should just hit each other with some goat hide.
Well, okay, let's continue that story. So they would go around and slap the women with goat hide, but sometimes it had blood on it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And the women wanted to be smacked around because the more they got hit with goat hide, it would increase their chances of getting pregnant.
Yeah, it was
fertility. And then I think they also had a big jar or something, and they would put the
they had a jar, and the men would pick a name out of the jar.
Yeah, they'd put all the single women's names in jars, and then the men would draw a name, and then that's who they got to spend the rest of the festivity with, and most likely sleep together. And then sometimes they stayed together for a year.
A lot of happy relationships came out of that.
And you know why? It's because they were having fun. They started out with a ritual. The men were naked. Everybody was happy. And you're like, I like you too. Let's do this.
Well, it's interesting how luck and health and fertility, they connected it with sex and with human sex drive. And for some reason, I mean, we all know why.
Yeah.
Christianity.
Yeah.
All of that fun, playful sex energy just got zapped out of everything.
Well, yeah, and then that's what happened.
I mean, the same with Christmas. It was, feasting and orgies.
Yeah.
It's what they did. It's dark. What are you going to do?
Every holiday is feasting and orgies.
That's what they do. And then, we Christianized everything and sex became bad.
It became dark and dirty.
Mm-hmm. And only something you could do once, you have God's permission from a priest and get married.
And then the women just started being raped. Too.
Yeah, because we don't have this healthy sex energy anymore. This playful, fun sex energy.
Yeah, I want to play. You want to play. Let's do this.
And maybe that's what we need to bring back to Valentine's Day, guys.
Maybe not the sacrifices, but they said the red represents the blood from the paganism, and then the white represents the purity.
Yeah.
So we still have it. We're
colors.
still doing it in the colors
Well, red is a color that's always been associated with fertility. I mean, you think about birth and the
Yeah.
blood of the womb and just life blood, animal sacrifices, blood.
Yeah.
Red is life force.
Yeah. So if you're Caucasian, most likely your ancestors did all this stuff. And guess what? We're still doing it, just in a lot more downplay way.
It's just a toxic way now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just,
a toxic
more
way now.
abuse.
Well, there was a pope that decided quite a few centuries later that paganism needed to just stop. Because there was a few of them that were still playing around with the rituals. The men were not running around naked anymore, unfortunately.
But they were probably having sex and enjoying it. And
Yeah.
that needs to stop.
Yeah, so they changed it, and they changed Valentine's Day, February 14th, and they used one of the martyrs, which was Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
So-
And, there's a few different stories about which Saint Valentine or this or that, or stories that have come out of it. But, we all know why. Like
Yeah.
the real reason.
Yeah, we do. Well, maybe you don't know. Maybe you're just waking this part up to you.
Ooh.
Maybe you're just starting to learn about like history and what's
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting how controlling the myths and controlling the rituals is intrinsic in controlling people.
It is.
So that's why they had to. They had to take over the songs, the sacred songs. They had to take over the ceremonies. Anytime you see a government wanting to control its population, they will create holidays, they will alter pagan rituals, they will have to control the spiritual practices of the people.
Change names and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like, Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
Gave it to a man that
And every powerful civilization has done it.
they have, but the people are still finding ways to celebrate it.
Oh, we try.
Well, I just think it's interesting that it's like 2026.
And it's
several
evolved.
thousand years later. It's evolved, but it's still here. And I'm just like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like we're still doing it.
Well, you see that in Easter. You see that in Christmas.
But there's this kind of emptiness around it now. And then our time, it's like everything's just super commercialized. It's about spending money.
That's what I was going to say. It's like we worship the spending of money in the United States rather than the meaning of the holiday.
Yeah.
It's how much stuff you can buy.
Well,
It's what the gifts you were given,
Yeah.
the box of chocolates or the cards. Or,
Yeah.
it's like spending money versus...
Yeah. What your value and worth is like how much money you're spending on this person.
Like how many men are still writing poems, these things that cost no money but are so romantic.
That's romantic. If you're a guy out there listening, yes, we do like that. Even if it's not a good poem, it's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
Well, I like that you took time and thought, and it's like you are thinking about me, and then you're going to give it to me. That's like the best gift.
Yeah.
Now, I don't need the money stuff, the material things. I mean, I like to get a flower too. But
we don't... Our society associates spending money with love.
With love.
Ooh, how big of a diamond did you get, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even, when you have a baby now, you should get a push gift.
I know.
It's there's always a reason for gifts.
For gifts,
like
spending money.
Buying something.
Well, and I wonder if that's why, because we were just talking before this, like some women who are just so bitter about Valentine's Day.
I think there are men too.
Men
just the
too.
anger around the holiday.
Well, that they have to spend money and put effort into anything. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you don't have to do a lot. But the women who are just also so bitter about Valentine's because they don't.
You could
feel-
really just have amazing sex, and that would be a great Valentine's Day present.
Yeah, unless you don't like your partner, then you need to reevaluate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, when I was married to my toxic ex-husband, and it was Rooster. Oh my God, Rooster! I gotta remember that one. When Mr. Rooster and I were together, I used to dread Valentine's Day because I knew, probably have to put out I mean, even though
Yeah.
I was regularly doing it to keep him satisfied, I just knew Valentine's Day meant, well, I'm probably gonna have to do
You gotta
this, like,
service the husband.
service the husband thing. So I love that I'm not married anymore and I don't have to do any of that anymore. It's great.
Yeah, I guess it just really highlights all of our different like crap that we have around relationships and love. And that's probably why some people have such strong emotional responses to
yeah.
it. Like,
I think so. Definitely. Definitely. I don't know why. I mean, I have a lot of bitterness around Christmas. I don't know why I should around Valentine's, but I don't.
yeah,
Maybe it's just not been as big of a deal to me as like other holidays or
you just don't, I guess, have as much trauma connected to it maybe as the other
maybe,
ones.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
because I still have my kids and I'll just get them a card and nothing's really expected. I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah.
Kind of that goes back to what you were saying earlier too about just having low expectations.
See, it's the key to happiness.
Just don't have expectations.
Really low expectations and you'll be fine.
But I don't like dread the day like some people I've talked to before. They're like, I just wish this day would not even happen. And I'm like, well, it's not really like.
Well, I guess, if you want to be in a relationship, it is a reminder that you are failing at that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe don't see it as a failure.
You're winning at life, really.
You're winning at life. I mean, it's better than being with someone you're not happy with. And
Yeah. Well, humans aren't meant to live happily ever after.
it doesn't
We're
work that way.
meant to go out into the mating pool, have that initial love infatuation with someone, and then have a connection that lasts long enough to get the child,
To rear the child.
yeah, out of its infancy. And that's all that our biology has hardwired us to do. Everything else are just narratives and stories that we as a society have created.
What humans have created. Well, we suck. We are not doing a good job.
Yeah. Well, I think there is for sure humans have this desire to not be alone, especially as we age. We need community, we need tribe, we need family. We are meant to help each other and support each other. But instead of having that community, that tribe, that family, we put all of that on a romantic partner.
All of these
All
like,
of my
expectations
should be
needs.
met by him.
Yeah, or her. And that's a lot to put on a person.
Yeah. They're just one person.
And then you create this like fantasy about them. And then as time goes, they're not matching that
The fantasy.
the person you have in your head of them. And then you start getting resentful, disappointed, frustrated, especially if you're not communicating with them about how you're feeling.
Yeah, and just the way we idolize during the infatuation stage,
Yeah.
it is a euphoric feeling. They are everything we've ever hoped for. They are without flaw.
Yeah, it's just so different when you're younger and experiencing that versus like now, like in my 40s. If I experience that, I'm just like, oh, hold on. Ooh, let's like slow down and make sure that we are not pulled all the way into this infatuation and still notice like red flags.
Feet on the ground.
Feet on the
Feet
ground.
on the ground.
Feet on the ground.
It's the same kind of thing we do to movie stars and rock stars and, these people that we create this story about who we've never even met.
Yeah.
Right? And they become almost like idols.
They do. Yeah.
And then we do the same thing with romantic partners. And then, like I said, expectations. You create this fairy tale reality about them that's not even true. And then when reality comes in, when truth comes in, you get angry.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at a famous movie star who looks like a very like they have a relationship with a husband or a wife, and they look like they have an incredible life. They have like a family. They've tried to keep things pretty low key, and then they like have an affair or something, and it like can ruin their entire career, or they can lose status with the public because we've created this like fantasy about them of being this like I'm saying a guy right now because he's
Yeah, like Hollywood sweetheart.
Hollywood sweetheart. They're like a beautiful couple, and I'm like, we actually really have no idea.
I
who
mean,
this
you can see the
person
same
is.
thing where some of them get put into this character type of being the rebel or
Uh-huh.
be, you know, and
Yeah.
and as a society, we expect them to deliver.
To stay that character we have created.
And then we do the same thing when we're dating people.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's like, ooh, he's a bad boy.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Maybe you should sit down and think about, why do I want to be with a bad boy? Why am I attracted to the bad boy? Because guarantee.
Because you want to be a little naughty.
Yeah, well.
Because it's going to free you of your inhibitions. And you're going to be able to have great sex.
maybe.
It's all about sex.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
We just want to have sex.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, with the right person, it's fun. And it feels good.
It is the prime directive of your biology.
It is the thing that Christianity has been trying its hardest to control. And shame you, make you feel dirty, take away all the rituals.
Yeah,
and-
come on. I just need to be whipped a little bit. Just a little bit. Just right there. Come on.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. They, in the Roman holiday of Valentine's, it was very playful. They were not beating
No.
women. It was a playful little slap.
I know all the like videos and research I was doing. They're like, Valentine's is not what you think. It was a lot more scandalous or dark than you realize.
The dark
and I'm just like,
origin of Valentine's Day. People had sex and they liked it.
I don't know. I was just like, what is? I mean, okay, maybe it's the sacrifices. Maybe that was.
Yeah, but they were doing that all the time.
They were doing
I
that
mean,
all
it's
the time.
just like.
But they also.
I mean, come on, Christianity, Jesus, it's human sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a human sacrifice to atone for our sins.
Yeah.
It's. My brain is just like, come on, guys.
Well, when they were sacrificing the animals, doing the ritual, they did it in a very. They were not like torturing the animal.
No.
They let the animal die quickly.
A lot of times that animal lived like the life.
Yeah, and then
It was a really good situation.
they used the animal that they sacrificed, and they cooked the meat, and then that's the meat they used for the festivity.
And as a society, Americans slaughter so many animals. And it's not done in sacred ways.
It's not in a humane way at all.
And so the idea that we would look down our noses at other cultures just because they weren't as disconnected from the death of their food as we are.
Exactly. Well, and paganism, when you even hear the word pagan, you immediately think of, for me, I immediately think of someone with horns and like really wild people who are dirty. But they were not that at all. They were very connected to the earth and cycles and the changes of life, the changes of seasons.
It's just been this propaganda that has been successful.
It has.
Right? That Christians are more civilized, that we are more evolved, that we are above those pagan dirty things.
Well, that's not true.
It's not. And there's also been a lot of brainwashing around the idea that pagans were stupid, that they were gullible, that they had silly little myths that they believed in because they didn't have scientific minds like us Western people.
Yeah.
But all of that is also false.
It is,
They
yeah.
were very intelligent.
Very evolved, very intelligent.
Very aware of cycles and seasons and why things were happening and the stars and the movement of them.
Well, just look at some of their ancient ceremonial sites.
Yeah.
That we still can't figure out why they built them or how they moved those huge, like I'm thinking of Stonehenge.
Yeah.
That first thing came to my mind.
They're like, we really don't know how they accomplished this.
Yeah, and that's just like one of, there's multiple throughout the world, and these cultures have been completely annihilated and they don't exist anymore. So we're this, high-tech, smart people now are trying to figure out what they did, and we can't figure it out.
I think that humans might actually be the dumbest that they've ever been in the history of humans right now.
Yeah,
We are all very mentally ill.
we're not okay.
No, we are not making logical choices. No.
We're not. Just like how we keep hurting each other and
Yeah.
abusing each other. And most of the time people are standing up for the abuser instead of the one being abused.
Yeah, we see that all the time.
Yeah. So we're not doing good.
Maybe we'd have less abusers if people just had some really good sex.
Safe, mutual.
If they could just act out those deep desires with a safe partner,
yeah,
then maybe we wouldn't have all this abuse.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer,
Yeah,
but
it's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale. I think we've got to do a lot more than just that.
There are a lot of people that do trauma work within safe sex, but it's not usually the guru at the yoga class who's telling you his penis has magical healing powers. It's not usually that situation.
That's a major red flag if that does happen, and run away because or call him out or her out, because that's a sexual predator.
Yeah.
And using spiritual words to try to make you feel like safe and like they have magic. They do not. They are just a traumatized human being and not safe.
Yeah, we see a lot of that because we live in such a heavily Christian area, fundamental Christianity, and the way people's sexuality has been abused and has become this warped thing because of generations and generations of abuse. I mean, polygamy, obviously. And now,
well, not only polygamy, but pedophilia is really
that's
high
what I
where we
mean.
live.
Like, sex is such a part of what's wrong with our society.
I completely agree with you, but I think we need to like start little by little to figure out how did we get there.
Oh yeah,
right.
I mean, we've seen people who jump way too quick into sexual promiscuity, thinking that's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Please continue. I want to hear your wise words.
No, promiscuity is one of the signs of sexual trauma.
Yeah.
It is a huge indicator of unprocessed trauma. Mm-hmm. And it's a way that people continue to act out their trauma and self-abuse what was once done to them. And it's unfortunate because we see it touted as empowerment. It really muddies the water around people that actually need to heal their sexuality.
I've always seen trauma.
I'm a sexual goddess, and really they're just having all of this unsafe sex.
Yeah, I've always seen like this like trauma as this like black thing inside of us. And so as a child, if this is being put on you and you have no idea where to put this like heavy blackness that's inside you now, then you have to obviously go put it on someone else, like another person. And then if you grow up and you never take care of that, it gets heavier and bigger, and then you're putting it on your own children, everyone around you. And then sex is definitely a way to pass that trauma on to someone else.
Well, and don't forget the way we act out trauma where we abuse ourselves, where you have that heavy black thing on you and it turns into self-destructive behavior and self-sabotaging behavior. And so we can continue to abuse ourselves through sex. Yeah. I was given so much toxic ideas around gender roles and the purpose of sex in a marriage, growing up LDS, growing up Mormon, and it heavily influenced my marriage that I had for 13 years and the way I participated in the abuse of myself, thinking my needs didn't matter, my wants didn't matter, that I just had to service a man. And that's not okay, that's not healthy.
Yeah,
that's not fun and playful in this energy we're talking about with Lupercalia.
Yeah.
Of everyone's just having
happy
a good time.
And free. Well, I really did think my body belonged to my husband.
Me too.
To my partner. I really did think I had to submit to him. I thought I had to take care of him.
And I really did think regularly servicing him was how I kept him loyal to the marriage, was how I kept him invested in the family. which is utter bullshit.
Yeah, it's not the woman's responsibility
No.
to do all that.
No.
That is the biggest lie and the thing I hate the most that Christianity has put on women.
Well, and a lot of times the reason we're not interested in our partner is because of the thousands of tiny ways that he has minimized and undermined us, where we feel just completely shut off.
Yeah.
With him, because there's no emotional intimacy or connection. There's no showing up and valuing your contribution. And so things just start to shut down.
Yeah, and then you can't react
But
to
then
his touch
it's
anymore.
put on the woman that
Yeah.
she is not servicing
Something
him. So
is-
this relationship is falling apart.
Something is wrong with her. I mean, that was what was told to me by my ex-husband. Anytime we were not having sex often enough, and we did have sex regularly because I wanted to keep him happy. But
Yeah.
let's say we got an off week or had a child, and I wasn't having sex right away. There was something wrong with me.
Or, you just had the plague sickness for
yeah.
3 weeks.
Something's wrong with me, and I remember being like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. I would have to seek help. I would have to, usually I would research. Sometimes I would be like, let me find a therapist to figure out what's wrong with me, why I'm not feeling excited about your touch anymore. And now that I have done so much healing and have come so far, I'm like, I am so sorry, my younger self, myself that was with my rooster ex-husband. I'm so sorry that we were being abused at that level, and we should have said, fuck you, get the fuck away from me,
Yep.
you fucker.
Yeah, it's...
Sorry, that felt really good.
Just get it out. Get it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's abuse. And sex has turned into abuse.
It has. It's not a natural, life-giving activity anymore. It's got all of these strings attached, all of these public ridicules and shames and trauma, generational trauma and ownership, because relationships have become about ownership
It has.
and guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How many women give obligatory sex because they're afraid of losing their partner's interest? Probably 100%.
probably all of them.
Yeah.
I think almost every woman I speak to say they have done
Will
that.
have done that. Yeah. Because it's really put out there that men have these high drives and women have to
And
meet
that
them.
men need sex.
But it's not
And
even true.
It's
like,
not true.
studies show that it's not even true. There's the same range of sex drive within women as there are in men.
Yeah, I actually personally noticed that in myself once I got divorced and I started working on myself and I was with a healthy man. I was surprised at how aroused I was all the time. It was just so different than with my ex Brewster, and I wanted it, and I was like feeling good. I was feeling beautiful too, and I was like, that's just a lie that they tell us that men need it all the time. I was like, when I feel good and I feel safe with someone, I do too.
Yeah, there are some men that have really high drives and there are some women that have really high drives. And on the other end of the spectrum, there's men and women that have really low drives that are fine not having sex very much.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to, in this romantic endeavor, that we do incorporate sex into the equation, that you find someone that you are well matched with. Because otherwise it's obligation and it's feelings of rejection, and it creates all of these huge problems.
Yeah, and find someone you can communicate with. Like, I couldn't communicate with Mr. Brewster.
Yeah, and where there's mutual attraction.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why we've underplayed being attracted to your partner.
Well, because there's not a lot out there.
That's fair.
We've had to settle. I'm
mean-
like, if he's safe, if he's genuine, maybe I could, maybe some money too. 'Cause
Okay.
let's just face it. Maybe I could pass the
But
not attractive part.
Even like the attraction stuff has been romanticized.
It has.
We're just humans, and you have chemistry with someone. And that's what it is. It's not the six-pack abs. You
No,
know, it's not the status or the not in healthy people.
I know.
It's about chemistry and connection.
Yeah.
And just feeling that like excitement, being close to them and just like, woo.
I do want to hang out with you.
It's like, I don't know, your stomach's a little soft. That's it. It's over. No attraction.
You need to work on that first for us to proceed and move forward.
Maybe that's just another example of, superficial, commercialistic society focusing on the wrong things.
Absolutely. Well, I guess what we figured out about Valentine's Day is just about sex. The pagans were doing it right. They were having fun. And we're just all fucked up now.
And isn't it so interesting that many relationships came out of those rituals because it was playful and fun?
Yeah, they said a lot of the times people just got married.
Yeah. It's just as easy as that, guys.
Yeah. Well, the ritual lasted for a whole year. Like if you drew a name, you stayed with that person for a whole year if you choose.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times they ended up getting married.
Well, and, a successful marriage, biologically, is just long enough to raise a child out of infancy.
Yeah.
Yep. So we put too much pressure on ourselves to create these relationships to last until we die because we're afraid of being alone. What we should really be creating is community.
I was about to say that. Community.
You don't have to die alone because you can have a friend.
Yeah.
You can have children that you have, focused on and invested emotional energy into.
Yeah.
You can build healthy relationships. They don't have to be the romantic partner.
It doesn't have to be just that.
Yeah.
Well, and what about the relationship with yourself? Like having a relationship with yourself, like a healthy one, and like that self-love, it actually helps you to have like this good, healthy, safe community in your life, or a healthy, safe partner in your life, and not just like settling for whatever you're used to having, or being abused, being mistreated, or all the
we just realize romantic relationships it's basically one of our strongest drives to pursue, especially coming at teenage years into our 20s.
Oh yeah.
The desire for sex and romance is right up there with eating and sleeping in our brain.
Yeah.
And maybe just keep yourself grounded in the fact that this is fun and this is part of who we are, but it's not the end all be all.
Yeah, it's not your complete identity.
No, there's other relationships that you can nurture and grow if those ones don't last past the year or two, like that 2-year mark, when the baby's done being weaned.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you learn a lot by having a few different partners through your life too, though.
Yeah, and by also developing friendships, deep, meaningful friendships. Hello.
Right here.
Hello. Can have just as much emotional fulfillment as a romantic relationship. So
yeah, I've been learning that the last couple of years by not dating or being with anyone, and I'm, you're my full-time partner, really. And I'm like, this is great. I'm like, this is exactly what I would love to have in a partner. But, I'd love to be attracted to him and want to, sleep with them.
No.
Sorry, I don't feel that way about you.
That's okay. It's okay.
But
it doesn't always have to be
it doesn't,
that.
But this friendship has helped me heal so many things, and it's taught me so much, too. And I think friendships can help build you up to a healthy partnership because...
Yeah, you can create community in more ways than just romance.
Yeah, and it's been great. It's been easy.
And it should be.
Yeah, and it should be.
Yeah.
So.
We are making problems for ourselves that we don't need to have. And, Valentine's Day is really just about having fun, playful sex.
Or just giving a card to someone, too. You don't have to have sex.
And if you're not, in that stage, because maybe you're perimenopausal, like us, maybe that doesn't sound as fun as it did when you were 18.
20, 25.
Then maybe focus on the other relationships that you're building, the community that you're building.
Or, what about just yourself?
God, right?
How about just like a little self-love?
Oh my gosh, what if you wrote yourself a Valentine's Day card?
Why don't you buy yourself a flower if that, or like some chocolates?
Well, wait, I mean, we did. We went and bought ourselves flowers.
We did, and chocolates.
I was like, I really want some pretty flowers for the table.
We should.
Yeah.
And and some really delicious chocolates. So thanks for those.
Well, my husband, he is not a chocolate person, so he doesn't understand. So I was like, I'm going to buy the really good ones.
I'm glad you did that because we both have
It's brought a lot of joy into our home this time of year. So don't hold back. Treat yourself to a box of chocolates. Treat yourself to flowers. Or, if you don't have the money, maybe treat yourself to a bath or a poem. Write yourself a sonnet.
Don't overthink it. Don't be angry if you don't have this like man or woman in your life that you've been fantasizing about, because that's not even real anyways.
Maybe just enjoy the fact that you don't have a partner and you can be completely selfish.
Yeah. And then if you are with someone and they don't like meet your needs, then you know what, either communicate with this person or go get it yourself, or maybe think about if this person's right for you.
Yeah, we don't have to put so much pressure on the romantic partners in our life that, let's face it, they come and go.
Yeah, and you know what? They're just human too.
And they're just, let them just be a person. They don't need to be your Prince Charming, your rebel bad boy, any other fairy tale that you've created. They are just human.
Yeah, we're all just trying to get by in this messed up, crazy world. So,
yeah.
So,
yes.
Do a little something for yourself this Valentine's and surprise yourself.
Or just sleep in.
Yeah. But, just don't overthink and have some fun.
Because really, what does it even mean?
I don't know. I need to sit with that one. I was just like, I don't know.
It's meant so many different things over the centuries. So why can't you just make it mean whatever you want it to?
Amen.
What is going to work for you in your life, free woman?
Yeah.
You make this holiday work for you.
Amen. There we go.
You get out the whip and you tell Valentine's to do whatever it is you want it to do.
Yeah. Take control of your Valentine's Day.
We believe in you.
Remember to like and subscribe.